Hello everyone and welcome to QualityRPGs. Today we are having part 13 of our playthrough of Neverwinter Nights 2, Mask of the Betrayer, and we still need to find a couple of more of those soul stones so we can gain access to the... No, this is the wrong way. To the locked door in the headmistress's chamber. And speaking of that chamber, I think that's where we are off to. So first and foremost we need to find a key. And I think there was a book, lab journal, which we need to leaf through to find the key. Okay, we have the key. Is there still something? Okay, and then to the instructor's quarters, and with the key we should be able to open some doors. Okay, is it over here? Yeah. And how much I would give for some fast travel points within this level? I mean, getting over there quickly would be really nice, but it seems we have to play a walking simulator for a while. Is this the door? Yeah, but what's in this door? Then. Oh, elite guards. Armor, boots, and then there are two of those. Okay, you don't have anything to say. Fair enough.
These flavors are strange indeed.
Obelisk orb. This orb is a control device of sorts. The enchantment of it feels familiar. It's my mother's work. I'm not sensing any wards placed on the orb, so go ahead and touch it to bring it with us. Okay, let's touch it. Let's examine it. Okay. So how are we doing? So where do we need to point this one? Okay, what about now? So this should do the trick. Or then we need to...
Yes.
Yes, that is so.
Was it so that we actually need to... have at least one party member remaining in place? Okay. No. So we should have someone to talk to. Unless of course there is a mistake, but I don't think there is a mistake. Perhaps we need to be inside
Is there
it.
something you wish?
Okay, and... Good.
Yes.
Yes, that is so.
Yes.
Is there something you wish?
Huh?
Masked witches, eldritch hags, and a red... I'm beginning to think you gave yourself this curse to meet exotic arcane women.
It's not my fault that hags and witches are so desirable.
You certainly would have found your perfect woman amongst the coven. Yes, well, be careful. Magical women make for dangerous mates.
You can see where this banter is going. You should know that there is someone else. Yeah.
Someone else?
I'm in love with an elven woman named
I
Elani.
see. You've been stolen away from your homeland, and I'm not surprised that there is some... But you're being a little presumptuous. I have no plans on stealing... Listen to us. Bantering like lazy students. I realize that dreams are a rather personal subject. What were the dreams about?
I saw an old companion trapped in a wall of doomed souls.
Souls?
His
Who
name
was
was
this
Bishop.
companion of yours?
He was bound in the wall and clearly in pain.
Bishop? What was he like?
He betrayed me actually, now he's found proper justice. He was bitter, angry, little more.
I see. So what else did you see in the dream?
Well, that wall was rather unusual.
Read stories about such a wall. I can't recall the particulars. If I'm hiding something from you, it's because I don't want to talk about it. Now let's speak of something else, or not speak at all.
You promised to help me to find some answers. Maybe you know something that will help piece this all together.
As I said, I don't wish to talk about it.
Okay,
Since you can't
not
respect
then.
that, we needn't...
So... Yeah... Incomplete soul. Good.
Yes.
Yes, that is so.
So now we should have the whole party coming with us. And let's save. Oh, let's get over there. The color has drained from his body and he appears to be in some kind of vegetative state, but there is no mistaking this man is Ammon Jerro. Let's try to heal him. Failure nothing about his state reminds you of any ailment you are aware of. However, Pepto mentioned this was a ward of the soulless. Okay, and then let's head to the Pit Fiends. An acquaintance of mine has had his soul removed. Would you know how I could recover it? I see now. What a fascinating dilemma. I do hope we can be of assistance in the matter. This would be with regard to a certain warlock with glowing tattoos, would it? Yes, I want the soul of Ammon Jerro. Do you know where it is? It just so happens we do. We are entrusted with the soul's keeping by the one who removed it. Why would anyone trust you two with a soul? Because he knew we wouldn't part with it lightly, and so we won't. What will it take to get the soul back? Thaelka and I have what you might think of joint ownership arrangement. Unfortunately for you, that means that you will have to pay both of our prices. I find myself short of the funds I normally use to help forge a certain type of pact with the denizens of your realm. I wonder if you might help replenish them. For me, the soul will cost you 50,000 gold pieces. You are a fool to trust the commodity whose value changes with the winds. Runok, I shall emerge the richer from this bargain. We have the training facility in Maladomini, not unlike this one. Baldur has put a high premium on souls that might one day swell the ranks of our elite negotiators. You will bring me the souls of 3 students, young, impressionable souls, the kind of that will easily break. This is non-negotiable. This soul is already damned by another and has no value to you. You'll both part with it for less, or I leave you and you get nothing. The soul's value to us is irrelevant. It's worth much to you, and I will return with what you ask. Fair enough. Do we have enough coin? Yes, we do. By the way, I'm not sure we actually want to help Ammon Jerro. Okay, no souls over there, but we do have soul housing. Okay, let's see if we can find the another one. Perhaps we have that as well. And then let's take one of the souls from over here. And it's soul number 184 that we are going to need. So is it over here? Okay. And hopefully we do have everything we need. Perhaps I should give at least some of those to Sophia for identification. I'm prepared to trade for Ammon Jerro's soul. Yes, this ransom is acceptable. The soul is yours now. But be forewarned, you have bought possession of the soul, not redemption. Jerro's is a marked soul. When he dies, it will go where it has long been destined, and the hells will celebrate. I see one of the souls you acquired for me bears the mark of the depository. How positively ignominious. You'll want to take this note back to the caretaker then. That wooden librarian's wrath is legendary, and we may yet have business that will take you in his direction, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, good. Oh, perhaps I should have talked to them already. So let's save, and he'll reintroduce his soul. As you bring the casing near him, its contents seep out of as if through a membrane and are drawn into his body. A moment passes and then at last he stirs. I'm still alive, yes. Yes, someone removed your soul, I just had to get it back. And you have survived despite my failure to prevent your abduction. I suppose I should be relieved. Yet I get the sense that you have not journeyed into the heart of the day on my account. After I was taken, I was stricken with a fatal curse. I'm seeking a cure. So a plot was set in motion after all, and my failure has brought doom upon you. It seems the calamity still follows in my wake, even in victory. How did you get like this? A gift from an old acquaintance of mine. When the King of Shadows fell and everything around us was flung into chaos, I saw you being dragged away. The dwarf gave chase, but your abductors correctly assessed his intelligence and managed to lead him astray. As the only other witness, not unconscious or dead, I followed them. You followed them for me. I'm touched. Your level of notoriety inevitably draws dangerous beings to your doorstep. For all I knew, you'd made a new enemy who intended to pick up where the King of Shadows left off. Also, I was not anxious to see such a fate befall a worthy ally. Your captors went through a portal to Shadow Plane. On the other side, I was ambushed by the headmistress of this infernal place. She remembered me from a time when I had studied here enough that she knew to deal with me quickly and without mercy. That was the last I saw of you or anyone else. I was brought here and detained after that, and then a procedure was performed upon me, leaving me as you found me. Where are the rest of our companions? Most are dead now. A few survivors survived the collapse, but I was not able to linger long enough to check on their condition. I can only tell what I saw in the few moments before I left in search of you. How much do you remember? Kasavir was running out with us as the fortress collapsed. Yes, that's right, go on. Niska was still alive at the end of the fight. Indeed, the demon girl was more loyal than anyone was willing to credit her for. Whoa. What else do you remember? Sand stayed true to us, coincided with Garius. Their animosity was bound to explode at some point, an unfortunate development that it happened when it did. Anything else? Kelkar raced to get everyone up as the ceiling began to cave in. A good thing he did. None of us was ready for what followed. The killing blow against the King of Shadows. What else? Gropna managed to survive the battle, and how he accomplished that may never be fully understood. Keep going. Jive called out, warning us to run before we were buried alive. I remember that as well. Of all things she knew that may have proven the most valuable. Can you recall anything else? I was upset that we got separated. We never saw Elani again after she... Hey, she didn't leave us. I was upset that we got separated and couldn't find out what happened to everyone. An understandable reaction to such an abrupt and disheartening conclusion, I suppose, but the circumstances were well beyond our control, and it was far too late to change that course of events. There is little point in dwelling on it now. Regardless, what more do you remember? The construct aided our escape by smashing through the walls when our path was blocked. As much as we doubted the gnome, it cannot be said that his presence and abilities did not prove useful in the end. Do you recall any more? I remember being displeased that the fortress's architecture wasn't more structurally sound. Yes, that's powerful and evil. Beings insist on causing destruction even as they die is an unfortunate habit. I hope it is the last time I witnessed such an event, but go on. We never saw Elani again after she left us in the Mirror of the Dead Men. No, and I do not expect that we will again. For that matter, any further recollections? That's all I remember. I see. Then you recall nothing of the final moments when the ceiling gave way and sent our allies to the end. So whose fate did you hope to learn? None. I was hoping to see more about Elani, Kelgar. He lives, it's the best he did not find the portal to Realm of Shadow. I do not think Nefris would have afforded him the clemency she gave me. What about Casimir? His back gave out as he stood under a collapsing doorway, trying to keep it intact so the rest of us might pass through. It seemed a fitting end for one who followed his chivalrous convictions with such abandon, which makes me think it was perhaps not to his own dissatisfaction. Will you join me again? Together we once achieved a goal none thought possible, but that was a shared purpose. To what end would you enlist my services now when my foe is vanquished? My curse has plagued Rashimin for ages. I will see that it ends. I find myself unfocused with my life's ambition now fulfilled. To once again have a cause which I might put my abilities to use, it is something I would soon regret passing up. Very well, I will remain with you here until your business in this school is complete. Afterward, we may discuss what may we come to it. Okay, fair enough. I'm a bit disappointed that the game actually did not kind of remember what happened at the end of the original campaign. Or did I do something here? Because there was also that dialogue option with Sapphire, which she wasn't too pleased about. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm looking for souls with unique flaws. Yes, we thought you might be. You have that look about you. Don't play coy, Talka. It's too easily confused with your penchant for cretinism. We can offer you something of that description, mortal, a soul that has been marked for damnation. It is what we do to claim ownership of a soul while its host still lives. This specimen is in a rare transitional state. Its host is dead, but it has not reached awareness to begin its sentence. How did you come by such a soul? One of the instructors here extracted it and traded it to us. Sadly, since it has already been marked by another devil, it's of no use to Oronok or myself. Perfect, give it to me. Oh my Oronok, I have to believe this one has never dealt with a devil before. How adorably naive. We require comparable soul in trade. The soul you want is rare, we'd like the same. For me, I'd like the soul from a person who lived in the filthiest, the most deplorable and wretched conditions, yet who forsook all thoughts of himself for love of another. Agreed, Oronok? You have missed the mark completely, Talka, and once again it falls to me to save our reputation. My ideal soul would be one who has brought up in prosperity, yet sunk to the absolute depths of depravity. The sickest, most self-centered and delusional individual possible. Which one is it going to be? We want one soul, one that has all those qualities. Okay, where should I look? It hardly matters to us, although if you are keen on verifying the content of a soul, I believe they have a depository in this place with such capabilities. You want a soul that is rich, poor, selfless, and self-centered. Yes, I believe you have hit upon it exactly. Good luck. Okay, sounds nice. So, here we go again. And I guess this is the guy to talk to. Oh, hello there. I'm trying to find I need a soul with conflicting combination of traits. Can you make one? I suppose I could, not really well. It depends on what you'll accept. What do you mean? How to explain? Some of my work is on merging souls. Theoretically, I could take two souls with different traits and forge them together as one. But it doesn't work. I think it violates a law, but the headmistress won't hear of it. The merge never takes. I can fuse pieces of souls together, but the separate parts of the soul remain isolated. It would be like shattering my body and then trying to stick the pieces back together with mortar. A fundamental change has taken place. It can't be reversed. Okay, it sounds like Nefris was having delusions of grandeur. Sometimes you just have to accept reality for what it is. I see. Well, I like her delusions. It's that what they were. They gave me hope. But you could at least join together a few souls for me. Yes, with a few provisions. It will almost certainly fail to fully incorporate. It will technically be 2 souls shaped as one, but if you bring me 2 souls, each with half of the qualities you want, I will fuse them. Very well, I will bring them. You'll need a pass. If you get the souls from the depository, you'll need to pass to check out more than one. Take this with you. Okay, and to the depository. So it's going to be souls number 91 and 127. And probably before doing that, we need to have a chat with the caretaker. We need to pass the note we gave to the an instructor gave me this note. Okay. And work order. Okay. Well. Nothing over there. 91. 127. Exactly what we need. Oh, hello there. I would like you to fuse 2 souls for me. Place them in the forge. I will take care of the rest. Forge and... No. Oh. There. This seems right to me. The entire thing is completely unstable. The 2 souls are in direct opposition to one another. I suppose you'll be giving this away to someone, and you have matched your depository checkout limits already. Here, if you still wish to check out items from our depository, you can bring these notes to the caretaker there. They should restore your privileges. Yeah. And now we are heading down here once again. And perhaps finally we can open the door. How might we be of service, mortal? I have brought the soul you asked for. Yes, I'm sure you have, and we have been given a lifetime pass to all the celestial planes for our charity work with orphans. Well, I'll be blessed. I think this may be the genuine article Oronok. You recall my chronically malformed consort that there is no conceivable chance that such soul exists in the first. See for yourself, my cerebrally misshapen colleague. What fraud is this? This soul has been crafted together artificially. You got what you asked for. This is within the rules. Bah, your use of trickery is cheap and despicable. It doesn't even deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence as our use of it. Take the soul, but know this mortal. No one bargain with devil just once, and we always come out ahead in the final transaction. Okay. I think we are ready to move onwards. And this is the way. Let's save. Okay. The fourth soul housing slides into place, a mechanism within the door triggers and the lock retracts at last. Suddenly the runes scribed on the door flare red and the lock snaps back into place. Something is wrong. Whoops.
There. The door is finally open, Araman. We have waited and done all you asked.
Araman, I owe you the wages of your treachery.
I told you the girl doesn't deserve this. We do it quickly and mercifully or I'll have no part.
Silence. Wait.
So, you must be Araman. I have seen you before in a dream.
A dream or a memory? Is there anything left of you inside that hollow shell? Do you know my face? The face of a brother who once ran laughing in your wake? My smiles have faded, and your face has changed many times. But something of you must still remain.
Those memories I saw in my dreams, you're telling me those were my memories.
Not the memories of this mask you now wear, but they are yours, yes.
What lunacy? Araman, what is this? With respect, I see no reason to play yet more games with...
Turn away. Cast your eyes back to Rashomon, to home. Leave this place now, and none will hinder you. Beyond that door you may find truth, but also folly. A folly that will sunder the plains and render meaningless all that you have suffered.
I'll find my answers and I'll see that no one suffers. You have my word on that.
I remember similar words and a similar promise. And now, we both suffer. But if you are intent upon this, then I cannot protect you any further. My fight is not with you.
Oh, he just
He
leaves.
is mad. Madder than Nephros ever was. Come, let's make an end to this before he changes his mind.
Master Jaffe, please. You and I, we live with Thayan ambition and treachery all around us. It taints our actions. But I know that our friendship was never a lie.
She's right, Jaffe. Even I could see that your affection for Sapphire is real.
Perhaps, my dear, but
I know you stood by, watched as they murdered my mother. I know you must think that condemns you to their side, but it doesn't. They would have killed you for opposing them. You are the same man who comforted a frightened girl, terrified of the voices in her mind, and taught her to craft little chattering creatures of twigs and clay, real voices to drown out the false.
you shame me, my dear. Surviving has become a habit. If I am to break it, you are the best of reasons.
Fine. We'll appoint another in your place, Jaffe. A wizard with more sense and fewer wrinkles.
Okay, and I think here we go. Okay. Quarter stuff plus 5. Well, that's nice. anything more? We could loot some gold. And let's check the level ups. Planar turning.
Yes.
That sounds interesting. Epic toughness, great wisdom.
Yes?
Epic spells. Epic gate. Anything of interest in here? Epic spell, a vampiric feast. And what does it do? Okay, and do we still have something?
Yes.
Level 2 and 6. Okay, fair enough. Let's save and let's move onwards. And let's save again. Well, this place looks weird. Knight of the Undying Dragon. Sarduis. Hold, are thou the one my master waits? I don't know. My lord hath commanded me to grant passage to an old friend. He described this being as one with an appetite that cannot be sated. He hath seen this person in his dreams, but was uncertain how he would appear when he arrived. I am a spirit eater that fits your description. Yes, I thought I recognized thee, it has been ages. Proceed then and know that only a pale shadow of my master remains, wafting freely between dream and wake. Thou wilt need to approach his head and speakest in his ear if thou wishest a waking audience. I'm kind of convinced that we will have a battle ahead of us at some point. And let's save again and...
What is this? Are you a dream? A fantasy? A recollection spawned in my own dead mind? Yes, you are that. But you are more too. I know you, Spirit Eater. You are an irony that walks. Two fates bound together, both severed and incomplete. And you have brought others, cast-offs, discarded souls such as this priestess. She is of the higher planes, tinged with Kalimvor's blind philosophy, salted with the wretched tears of Ilmater's pity. Are you here because Ilmater has now done as Kalimvor did?
She can answer you as well as I could, dead god.
Ilmater forsakes no one, Merkel. Even ones who commit such atrocities as building the Wall of the Faithless and making vessels to feed its strength.
Ilmater may take pity on you, little bird, but Kalimvor severed you like a gangrenous hand. He smelled the death of faith upon you. With all his pragmatism, he can be crueler than I, but he he will not rule the dead better for it, I think.
He rules the dead now, Merkel. One could even say he rules dead gods as they drift in this empty place.
Perhaps. It is an amusing notion, but your life embodies an irony of Kalimvor as well.
And what irony? Leave her be, Merkel. I'm the one who has come to speak to you, not her.
And what other detritus clings to you, Spirit Eater? The Red Woman, she has been here before. All that she is now, she owes to me. And to you, Spirit Eater.
Your memory is fading faster than your name, old god, and you're wrong on 2 counts. First, I have never been to the astral realm before this moment, so this is not a reacquaintance. And second, I owe you nothing.
But you stood before me just a short time ago, Red Woman, burning with rage and love in equal measure. What a shattered thing you have become, as ignorant of your own nature as the one who leads you. If only your beloved had accepted my judgment of you, your suffering might have ended long ago. Spirit Eater, speak, and tell me what has brought you to this boneyard of gods.
This looks no boneyard I have ever seen. Where are
Did
we?
you step through a portal without knowing where it led? We are between the planes, Spirit Eater, in a crossroad of sorts. An infinite sky where sensation and dream are sharpened into an edge. And a charnel house for gods who are dead. An easy place to drift and sleep. A kinder death than millions that I can carry. But then, the planes do not promise justice, do they?
I was told that you were dead and gone. How do you
A
speak?
god does not easily die. He lives in the fears of him which linger on, in the doubts that he is truly gone, and in the suffering of those whose lives he brought to grief. Yes, Spirit Eater, even your suffering sustains me. Every anguish that you sow, you unknowingly dedicate to me. Every mortal who cowers or cringes at your name, they are also cringing at mine. With every such pain, the embers of my soul burn a little brighter than before.
So could he return? You said that I'm 2 fates spawned into one. How can this be?
Fates, yes, of the hero who plied the sword post and awoke in a barrow soaked in blood. I know little, but the other, the betrayer Akashi, he is just as I left him. He is empty now, a ravening void that seeks always to fill itself up.
Oh, the
regain
wall
what
took.
the wall took from him. So he steals what he lost. A face, a body, a name. These are a mask to be worn for a time, until they are also devoured by his unending hunger.
So this hunger within me was once a living man?
Yes, a man whose crimes against the plains were unsurpassed, and I devised a fitting punishment to match them. The betrayer's hunger was born in the wall of the faithless. I placed him there and watched as his mind slowly drained away. His thoughts, his memories, these were torn from his grasp, one by one, emptiness.
So the hunger of the wall.
Of the wall. But before the wall could consume him completely, I tore him free, so that his suffering, his emptiness would linger eternal.
What crime did Akachi commit?
He raised an army, marched against the realm of the dead, against his god. Is that not crime enough?
But why? For what purpose?
For
Love.
justice. To tear down the wall of the faithless and set free all the souls that I had bound within. To defy the order of the planes, the combat between mortals and gods.
Still, I think you are leaving something out. Why would one of your priests turn against you with no warning?
Presume to hurl blame at my door, Spirit Eater. I cannot account for the treachery.
I think there was love behind that.
Only for their consequences.
Why would the betrayer choose me for his mask?
It was no matter of choice. The betrayer has become an empty, mindless thing. When he devours one mask, he simply waits for the next to appear. Perhaps you blundered too near, or perhaps he lay in darkness, trapped and forgotten, and someone gave you to him. Only love could be so cruel, I think.
You are only telling part of the truth, Myrkle. Akachi's punishment was also something more. You said that my suffering helps keep you alive, that my hunger sows fear and pain, and these sustain you.
I said those things, yes. If you are so clever, Spirit Eater, then make your points.
My point is the Spirit Eater was a contingency, a plan to keep yourself alive. If this curse was never ended, your evil works would be forgotten and your consciousness would fade.
Ah, Spirit Eater, what a sure wager you were. And of all the masks, you are the first to know what you truly are. Two faces bound together. One betrayed my faith, the other never worshipped me at all. The irony is deep and worthy of a god's devising.
Akachi is not empty, not completely. I have seen the remnants of his memories in my mind.
You have seen delusions, perhaps. The spawn of your desperate mind. Nothing remains of the betrayer's mind or self, else he would not be the ravening empty beast that he is.
So you punish the betrayer and all of his victims. With him I suffer now for a crime of another.
I make a place for Akachi in the wall of the faithless. Your soul has gone to fill it. When the betrayer's hunger finally consumes your body and mind, then your soul will dissolve into the wall, and you will be no more. To reclaim your soul, to tear it from the wall, only in that impossibility might you find your salvation. But how to assault the city of judgment, unless you were to follow a road already prepared?
What road is that?
Do not lay eyes upon my vault in the shadows of Tyr. Akachi defiled my sacred place, built a doorway in its depths to connect the living world with the kingdom of the dead. You have seen that doorway in your dreams. Its key is a sword, a silver blade that knows you well. And now the sword awaits you, fully forged in the sanctum of one who loves you. Everything in place, almost as though it was planned this way from the start.
Someone planned this? All?
I
Who?
will let you discover that little morsel on your own, Spirit Eater. I will not be there to enjoy the moment, but just knowing it must occur is amusement enough. Use the blade to open a gate, assault the city of judgment, and tear your soul from the wall. Finish what Akachi began. Your captains have waited long for your return. When the gate swings wide, they will come like loyal hounds, tongues lolling from their mouths at the very thought of a new crusade.
Captains? What
The
captains?
fallen angel, his wings dark now, their luster surrendered for you. The dragon, bound by a debt that she cannot repay. And the lich, craving the answers that lie beyond the gates. But to whistle up your dogs, Spirit Eater, you will need the blade. Only 2 portals provide passage from this drifting care of mine. One brought you here, the other will lead you to the sanctum where the blade and your ally await. Go quickly, Spirit Eater. If you would look upon her face, you will not be her only visitor today.
Araman followed me through the portal, didn't he?
My hound is clever, is he not? You opened the door, as Araman hoped, and now he follows your ally to her wretched den. You saw him in your dream of the gate, saw him for the priest he once was, who served me at his brother's side, and turned against me at his brother's whim. He chose his brother over his god, but in his brother's defeat, I showed him mercy. He saw his error and repented on his knees.
Did Araman really repent, or did you give him some encouragement?
Spirit Eater, perhaps some part of Akashi does still linger in your mind. You know me as he once did. Yes, I ensured that Araman would not betray me again. I set a guess upon him, and it so in the city of
Okay.
a hostage until such time as he sent your ally's soul to its rightful place.
Where is Araman's soul now?
Lies in the few planes still. The decree of a god is not so easy to change, and Kellenvor is loath to reverse any judgment, lest he be seen as too human, too weak. And your ally's very existence breaks his law as well.
So Araman serves you still? How can he serve a dead god?
Faith in me sustains him. Belief is the currency of the plains, Spirit Eater, as your little dove will tell you.
Araman must be centuries old then, and he still
By
lives?
my decree, his body does not age, nor will it, until his quarry is brought to ground.
What do you gain from all of this, Merkel? If I end my affliction, you lose your contingency plan and your life here will fade.
Will it? You may spare your soul the agony of the wall, but Akashi will live on. His hunger was born of the wall, born of emptiness. You cannot destroy that which is empty. The Spirit Eater will live on, as will I.
And in assaulting the city of judgment, I glorify you.
Everything you do, Spirit Eater, you stoke the embers of my soul.
You've told me all I need to know. For farewell, Merkel.
Your quest is an unmatched amusement, better fare than any mama's play. And like any good piece of theater, it glorifies its author, he who gave the actors their parts for all to see.
Okay, let's save. What if we...
Spirit Eater, you will find no relief from your hunger on the No, Spirit Eater. The hunger of the wall.
Careful. Merkel is a god. Defeat upon him will corrupt you with his...
Devour my spirit, and my consciousness will only fade for a time, as you so suffer.
Listen to me. Do not do this. To devour him will doom you as well.
Enjoy your feast then, by every...
Okay. So do we have some new abilities? Well, in any case, since we are the good guys, we don't really want to do that. So let's load. And actually I think this is everything for today. So we will continue from here in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. Quality RPGs.